Servus und hallo, hier ist der Videospieler, ich spiele weiter The Wardrobe. Ich bin jetzt hier im Museum angelangt, hier bei diesem lustigen T-Rex.
Only thing missing was the poser dinosaurs.
The Poser Dinosaurs.
Accept defeat, Rex. You can never compete in a race with the Velociraptors.
Das ist das schöne Bild da hinten. Oh, hier ist eine Tür.
What do you want?
Do you like being a night watchman?
I'm filling in for my cousin, just for tonight.
Yes, he told me.
So you probably know I accepted because I hate Halloween. It gets on my nerves.
What kind of childhood trauma did you suffer to have such an aversion?
Once a guy slammed a gigantic pumpkin right on my head. It took 4 days before doctors could get me out of it.
Maybe that chair is a bit too high for you.
And to think it was the smallest one I could lay my hands on.
I suppose you needed a ladder to sit on it.
At least I can easily get to the console this way.
What about that heart rate monitor?
I'm a heart patient. I need it to check my pulse.
Maybe if you didn't drink so much coffee.
That's easy for you to say. Night shifts here are deadly boring.
Small, chubby, and a heart patient. Is there anything else?
Your sarcasm leaves me completely indifferent. You have the reigning national champion of the insult contest in front of you, in case you didn't know.
Nobody and nothing can beat my sharp tongue.
Show me then.
Oh, jetzt gibt's Beleidigungsduell oder was? Schauen wir mal. Moment. Do your parents have full-size kids too? You'll end up with bad posture if you stay so in place. You will never be half the guard your cousin is. Das ist immer fies. The pumpkin shape only is called visiting.
Quick! Emergency in the Egyptian room!
The mummies must have woken up to mock your ugly costume.
You have serious problems with halitosis.
You'd better be worried about your osteoporosis. I thought you were better than this. What a disappointment.
Okay.
Your cousin wanted to know if it was all okay here.
Yeah. What is he afraid of? The Anubis statues will come back to life?
Vielleicht?
This time, I'm sure I can do this.
Be my guest, newbie.
Also, was richtig fieses. Warum rauscht das jetzt so? Hilfe.
You will never be half the guard your cousin is, that's for sure.
Oh, das war richtig.
That's more than I can endure.
From the look of things, the pumpkin shape on your skull is still visible.
The pain it causes me to talk of that fruit makes me miserable.
Welche gibt's denn noch, welche besonders fies sind? Tummy so large, nee.
Perhaps your heart has been pierced by Cupid's arrow.
Just my luck he'd hit a target that narrow.
In my excitement of Star Wars The Phantom Menace, I couldn't stay in my seat.
Ups.
I warned you, but you wouldn't.
Und jetzt?
Everything's fine in the botany room. The soldiers are still operational and in action. The Drakkar sailing is proceeding smoothly. Nothing to report from ancient Egypt. The T-Rex keeps going with his training. No sign of any visitors. It seems to me he's short of breath.
Okay, das war jetzt fies, aber gut. Egyptian Room. Die bewegt sich.
It certainly cannot be said she doesn't know how to sit on that throne. You look like you're waiting for someone.
I'm waiting for one of my countless suitors to get the nerve to come forward.
What would keep them from doing it?
Exactly what I've been asking myself. I'm afraid everybody is too scared of my beauty.
The burden of being so beautiful, yes. What should this mythical Prince Charming be like?
For centuries now, I've been waiting. We queens too have certain needs to satisfy. I just want to find a good mummy to spend the rest of infinity with.
That shouldn't be so difficult after all.
Don't rub it in.
What happened to the pharaoh?
The servants found him dead, poisoned by the bite of a snake. I remember I was so angry with him. Not that the two things were connected, obviously.
Of course. I have a dilemma.
Don't you think you're too young?
What?
You can't be more than 15. Well, it's true that my beauty transcends age after all.
Actually, I didn't want to hit on you.
Do you think I'm not attractive enough?
No, absolutely, you are. I didn't mean to.
You better.
I'll leave you to your undertakings, my queen. I don't want to be a know-it-all, but I remember these were used by the Native Americans, not by Egyptians. Perhaps it's the very last thing I need. Unfortunately, since I'm dead, I've completely lost the ability to dream during sleep. Clean slate. I think you seriously... Hey, Ralph, what's new? Ralph, I can't hear you when you talk so quietly.
Ich glaube, der redet jetzt gar nicht. Oh.
Druidic potions, basically the equivalent of modern homeopathy. Can we go on, please? It's a real shame this is just... Are you serious? With such threatening bows, I can only imagine the effect it would have to face them on the high seas. If I just had some extra space in the wardrobe. The Norman people were fascinating, but I'm afraid we're out of... Oars in their hands, and they go out to have fun plundering vessels.
Ach, das ist alles ein Hotspot.
The
Thor's
hammer
hammer.
of Thor, the god of thunder and lightning, as well as the public face of a hair product line. Maybe I might have the courage, but I for sure don't have the pure soul needed to lift it. You can rest easy, Mjolnir. No imitation will ever be a match for you. So much for Stark and Company. Does it look like I wear a Stars and Stripes costume?
Nö.
In contrast to popular belief, the Vikings weren't just a wild and savage people. Besides being great explorers and naval engineers, Vikings were gifted in jewelry and in the art of commerce. Furthermore, the women were more liberated and independent compared to their European counterparts. Vikings really cared about their personal care. They had a sauna once a week. They removed unwanted hair and used iron sticks to clean their ears. There were no ranks or grades. The commander was the captain of the ship. Warriors could either be common citizens or professionals. Among these combatants were the berserkers, warriors sworn to the supreme god of war, Odin. Legend told that they were invulnerable. It is believed they consumed a specific drug made by alcohol, jalapeno, and the green secretion of the evil egg, one of the most lethal mushrooms in the wild.
Okay, das war jetzt gerade...
Different from other populations, the Egyptians were perhaps the best known among historic civilization. To avoid being redundant, we'll examine some of their false myths to offer some clarity. Tutankhamun, one of the most famous Egyptian pharaohs, actually reigned only 10 years and died at the age of 18. What made him famous is the myth of the curse linked to desecrating his grave. Lord Carnarvon, financier of his expedition, died 1 year before the discovery of King Tut's grave, while actually the average lifespan of Carter and all the other archaeologists was around 70 years. Also fake is the myth about the construction of pyramids. They were not built by slaves, but by paid workers. Since there was no currency, workers were paid with barter, especially bread and beer. Fantastic people, aren't
Okay, aber da war gerade ein Hinweis.
Besides, furthermore, Vikings really, there were no ranks or grades. Among these combatants were the berserkers. It is believed they consumed a specific drug made by alcohol, jalapeno, and the green secretion of the evil egg, one of the most lethal mushrooms in the wild.
Okay.
Hey, Ralph, what's new? Ralph, I can't...
Also ich habe eine Chili, die könnte ich vielleicht irgendwie als Jalapeno verkaufen.
One of the first ticking bomb models. I suppose the percentage of severed limbs caused by the early explosion of hand grenades has drastically declined since their invention. I may have put the guard out of the game, but I remind you that the area is still watched by cameras.
Kann ich nicht einfach ein Bild machen? Ich habe doch eine Kamera.
Can you be more specific?
Ich will das, was die Kamera
And this would be the best you can do?
oder Moment, eine Idee. Vielleicht kann ich einfach den Bildschirm im Security Office fotografieren. Oder was genau? Ach, ich könnte auch die Bombe fotografieren. Ah, er macht's. Okay, super. Da, ein bisschen schneller. Der Mario hier ist super. Fällt überhaupt nicht auf. Jetzt kann ich die Bombe nehmen. Cool. Major T.
Surely the rodeo act that's both most amazing and inappropriate of all time. If I were you, I wouldn't make fun of that missile. That big Nazi of a doctor is still giving thanks. When I was young, I always dreamed of having one of these all of my own. And I still dream it now that there's one in front of me. Unfortunately, the only thing I could realistically take here is that bouquet. And I will not do it.
Oh, schade.
I'm afraid it's just a showpiece. They'll have only left the external bodywork and very little else on the inside. I'm not 3 and...
Okay.
Though the plant kingdom can seem harmless, there's an incredible variety of ways it could lead to your demise. In the Renaissance era, belladonna was used by ladies as eye drops to give a certain shine to their eyes. But its berries are potentially lethal. The oleander, one of the most common flowering plant species in the Mediterranean area, is poisonous enough to be avoided instinctively by the whole plant kingdom. Beware the classic health axiom of an apple a day. The seeds, if ingested in large quantities, can actually cause death. In short, if you're vegetarian or vegan, your days are numbered. Eat meat. Though, come to think of it, meat causes cancer. You all die. The reasons leading to the outbreak of the Second World War are various and complex. The conflict lasted for 6 years, from 1939 to 1945. The parties involved, after all, they called it a world war for a good reason. Therefore, what we propose today is a brief, intense, and pragmatic summary of the entire conflict.
Funny.
I got a D in history in junior high, so go easy on me.
Schön. Nicht diesen giftigen Pilz gleich hier.
Smooched by hundreds of ugly spinsters because of a ridiculous fairy tale. Man, I don't envy that guy at all. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. No, right? Monkeys are always so adorably irreverent. Don't even think about starting some strange snowball battle, I warn you.
Free hugs.
It's a trap! Sorry guys, but I can't fill my sweater with thorns.
The flowers of evil are evil. Okay, jetzt sind wir einmal durch.
Winter is coming. Isn't it a bit dishonorable for a knight to keep a shawl on its shoulders?
Do you have any idea how cold it is in this tin box? I'm almost 1,000 years old now. I must think about how to protect my bones too.
Isn't it time that you retire after all these years?
I'd like that. Believe me, I'd like that very much. But unfortunately, the Duke has never paid for my honored services.
I never knew David Bowie recruited knights.
I'm not talking about the thin white Duke, but about the black Duke.
Ah, I see. Not a bad neck warmer at all. Expect something like this inside my next gift bag. Why would I need a face hugger when I've already got you perpetually breathing down my neck? I doubt you'd be able to cling to a big head like mine.
Okay, also. Die verbinden.
First of all, we extract the gunpowder. And now...
Spray
I can finally unleash the art. Using everything with everything won't work in this adventure game.
Und will ich irgendjemanden töten? Keine Ahnung. Und ist da wieder was gemalt? Grüne Farbe.
It's green paint.
Ich will eine Jalapeno. Tatsächlich funktioniert. Alles weit hergeholt, aber gut. Jalapeno.
And this
Alkohol.
would be the best you can do?
Den Liebesbrief. Vielleicht da. Der Zombie wollte doch. Was genau wollte der?
Pretty Bones, listen. Can we talk when you stop smelling like...
So, ich rieche immer noch unschön. Ich habe noch mal eine Idee. Stopp, ich weiß zwar nicht, ob das Sinn macht, aber...
Hey honey, look what I have for you.
Ui. Hat dir nicht gefallen.
It's the survival of the fittest. You've seen too many Lupin the...
Ah.
Why open it when you could simply eradicate it barehanded from its concrete block? Thanks a lot for enlightening. I have no idea. So, you were a carnivore? Open sesame. Hocus pocus. Hello, amor. No, eh?
Aufspringen?
I would need something to attach it to the safe.
Klebstoff. Klebstoff. Ah, bei der Oma gab es doch diesen klebrigen... Und damit sind wir am Ende dieses Videos angelangt. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, ich habe noch jede Menge mehr Videos in meinem Kanal. Schaut rein, abonniert, unterstützt mich finanziell auf Patreon, würde mich freuen. Tschüss und vielen Dank.